What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Three Star Draw. I am down south 77. We are here with the backyard battlefield. Of course, there is Crusty Old Crow. What is going on, Crusty Crow?
Not much, buddy. Just the usual Peyton and loving life. How you doing?
Oh, about the same. Just glad it's getting closer to Friday. Pretty easy today. Easy day today. I set it up pretty easy. So work was mostly all driving, and then I had to go get an oil change on my work truck. So I made that last a while, and I'll make up for it tomorrow when I've got to do probably 3 miles of walking tomorrow at work. So just one of them things. Sometimes it goes that way.
Well,
So
at least you weighed the balance first, right?
yeah, I'm at the point where I can get weekend tunnel vision, so the weekend can go by at the blink of an eye.
Yeah. Oh man, I
As all,
remember. Well, buddy, I'm gonna tell you, when you retire, like the old crow, you kind of miss having your week divvied up by the existence of such a thing as a weekend, right?
yeah,
So, I mean, appreciate those weekends. I did for sure, and bask in them because when they lose their relevance, that's a milestone in your life, and you're like going, "Shit, I wish I hadn't crossed that yet."
yeah. Now it just kind of blends together. I talked
Yeah,
to my dad, and who's retired, and he'll what are you going tomorrow? He'll ask me, and I'll say, well, I got to go here, and I got to go to this city and that city and whatever. Like, well, I got another busy full day. I'm gonna sit here in my chair and get up and go have breakfast at the little market he goes to, and come ride around town for a little while, and come back and either go back to my chair or go piddle out in my shop, and then I'm gonna go back to my chair, pretty much the same as yesterday was.
no, he probably did that with a big shit-eating grin on his face. Oh wait, big grin on his face. 30. We're too early in the life for that.
Yeah, he
Smiling the whole
he
time. Eh?
he tells me to go to work and have a good day and get a full day in because I'm paying in for Social Security. So,
So hey, down south, you know one thing I can't see on my screen right now? I can't see the chat. Who's in? Oh, why can't I? There we go. Now I can see it. Okay.
yeah, we're getting ready to holler at all of them guys right now. Chat was going before we got started, so we was kind of watching it a little bit. So, in case anybody's wondering where Toyenhancer is, we kind of are too, but he's got class tonight, so he usually on Wednesdays he's running a little bit behind. So Krusty just sent him a message, and I'm sure he'll be here in a little while. He knows what's going on, but the show
He's giving
must
the
go
guys
on.
he's doing that smother loving to those guys. He says it's
Yeah.
called jujitsu, but it's smother love, right?
Shit, he shouldn't need no more smother loving after the way he booted us out last night, should he?
Oh my god. I was like, I was waiting for the live Jasmine talk banner to come up at the top, right? Like all these bad red links.
Yeah, I was waiting on the camera to just get yanked out and
Yeah.
unload real quick. So, all right, let's see who all we got up in here. Crimson Cobra Commander looks like he was the first person in the chat tonight. We got who's there? We got Son of a Crayon Slayers in the house. Same time toys. Let's see. Go down Legend Series.
Son of Crayon Slayer. I knew your dad. He was a good man. He was a good man, the Crayon Slayer. I always wanted to that him.
Hey, let's see. We got same time. Did I say same time toys? I think I did. Same time toys is here. I done lost my place. Woody the Triple Deuce, the figure addict, is in the house. And let's see. It may be the crew. No, we got Jay Astro is here.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Jay Astro? I went all the way to the top to make sure. Daredevil Dave's Jeeps and Joes. I know why Punk has so much trouble saying that now. Good Lord, man. It's just going to be Daredevil.
Yeah, it used to be just Daredevil Dave, but then he added the Jeeps and Joes, and I've always kind of wondered what the story was behind that. I think he shared it once, and I don't remember what it was.
I'm guessing it's just he likes Jeeps and Joes, or maybe he's got little Jeeps and puts his Joes in there and drives them around. I mean, it's, nothing wrong with that. We all doing that. So
There we go. That was what, maybe it was channel related. Yeah.
Eric is here. Turkish Murphy is here. And
Turkish Murphy, the control panels you are making out of the polystyrene, man, they have. I'm bowled over because I remember trying to even try playing with that stuff the way you were, like building a construct out of something out with that. And I remember getting glue all over my hands, man. I said, F this.
Enough of this. Matthew Matson is here. What is going on, Matthew? How you doing tonight, man? I like what Eric said here. Missy throws off his live. Yeah, she throws his live off way into left field, but it's fun though. It's still a good time for us watching that though, isn't it? And when he gets here, I'm gonna give him some shit over it. I was hoping to do it before, but we're still waiting on him. So it's funny.
That was funny last night, but Aaron, ever the consummate professional, right? He had a plan of things he wanted to talk about. It's just like the first two were long, and the second two were extremely quick. Right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think, did he ever even show the Mythic Legion he was talking about?
No, I think he was up for some other activity at that point. It's a to be continued live, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. That's going to be on the paid content. So what all went on after that? Whenever he gets his monetization up, so he's milking everybody too. Woody said he's still trying to remove the gerbil. I don't care who you are. It's funny right there.
Yeah, exactly. You bring in the Richard Gere thing and you're good.
Yep. Richard, you're a good old Richard Gere. Boy, them jokes are never going to go away.
No. You can win as many awards as you want. That's forever.
No, we'll never get rid of that. So what are you painting on over there? What are you working on tonight?
Tonight, I had just put out a video earlier this afternoon, and then I laughed my ass off at myself because I mislabeled it. I called it the Great Rock and Roll Swindle, and then I talked about Duke the whole video, which is part of the swindle, right? Yeah. But no, I'm working on that V2 rock and roll. I'm trying to do for that my variant of it. Yeah, but
it's Zartan.
Yeah. In the end, it's always Zartan. There you go.
Yeah, that's the way to put it every time. It is always Zartan.
I think everybody who does conversions and works in any kind of brain cannon with it at the end needs their list of how this could work, and Zartan is at the top.
Yep. And if it's a female, it's Zarana.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, so I know you wanted to talk about some stuff relevant to that, coincidentally enough. And then I know Aaron has another subject, but what else are the guys in for? What are we doing? What are we doing tonight?
We're just going to do our usual back and forth banner. I figured I was going to talk a little bit about talking to you and Aaron about just customizing and what kind of joy it brings you, and kind of not really why you do it. I mean, you have the need to create or improve or make something, that Hasbro or whoever isn't giving us, and then kind of do that into relating into turning that into creating content about the process and things like that. So you guys are more versed in that kind of stuff than I am.
And that's actually, I'm glad you wanted to talk about that. And I know Aaron's topic is not at all related to that, but I know he really would appreciate being able to chime in on that talk for sure. And there's one that I need him to chime in with you on just for a couple of minutes. If anyone's out there wondering about that 350 contest result and where these guys got involved, we are going to get the final 3 finalists tonight, but 3 Star is going to let me know what that was after Aaron shows up. But if we're going to talk conversions, we're going to have to wait for Aaron. What else did we have go on this week? I mean, there was a couple of cool things going on, and I know I heard Aaron weigh in on Punk's discussion the other night. That big shout out to some of the new guys, right? And one thing I wanted to ask you is, like, I mean, I know it affected you, and you appreciated it. You were there in the chat as well, right?
Yeah.
But this community topic, right? When we get talking about it, you were starting to talk about it, and I just kind of wondered how you weighed in on what you think of Punk's. Do you think this would affect Punk's channel, like having a discussion like that? Like he did something very different the other night, eh?
Yeah, I thought it was cool, and he definitely pulled a switcheroo on us, didn't he? And I like how he did mention that. He's like, call it clickbait if you want, because he got us all with that one, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he did it and went that route and was talking about some of the other channels, because what kind of got that on his mind was an incident that happened the time before, and I don't know. I thought maybe. I don't want to rehash the whole thing. I thought maybe he went a little hard on that. I thought maybe he was a little heavy-handed, but that's just my take on it. And I think maybe he kind of re-examined the whole situation, and he was like, well, maybe I do need to highlight some of this and kind of go over some of what what happened. And I think maybe he thought that he did go a little overboard with it. I don't know. I hadn't talked to him about it. That's just the feeling I get. And I think he thought it was a good idea to bring up some of the smaller channels and the people that support him, and he obviously supports, because he has given me and you and Toyenhancer a ton of advice and pointers. I wouldn't be sitting here if not for his advice. Yeah. So it's up to Frostbite's G.I. Joe Repro. I said it right that time. So well, looky who we have here.
Man.
There he is.
I think, sorry, I'm late.
Hey, buddy.
I was at my second job, man. So no.
No, it's all good. I can close this up, get my game back on, stop waiting on bated breath for the fabled enhancer.
I thought maybe you was still on the job you left us for last night.
I was no. I wrapped that up relatively quick last night. But
see, you could have you could have borrowed Punk's longest Moss Man commercial and cut to that and come right back.
I wrapped it up quick, got paid real well. No, I was actually doing invoices, guys. I apologize. There's a company I work for that needs invoices turned in at a certain time, and I was trying to rush through it.
Real life is real life, man. We're here about the not real stuff, right? So.
Right? I heard that.
Yep. Now we was just kind of talking a little bit about Punk when he did his show on Monday, kind of pulling the switcheroo and highlighting some of the smaller creators, and how that we thought that was really cool of him to do. And I was just saying that I thought maybe what got that all going was, I thought maybe in my mind maybe that was a little heavy-handed, and he kind of re-examined it and was like, maybe I really ought to talk about this a little bit more. It's just my assessment. I mean, I don't know. It just was my feeling on it. So I was really glad that he did do that and bring up some of the smaller creators that are all watching him. And right before you come in, I was saying that he's certainly given us a whole lot of advice getting going. I wouldn't be sitting here right now if not for advice and encouragement that Punk's given me. So I'm sure he's done it to plenty of other people. So I was really glad.
Absolutely. Yeah. Man, I never was in like live streams or anything like that, or really even watched them before I found Punk with toys. And then, man, it just took off from there. And it's a real friendly environment to hop into there, and for a couple hours, and just, for like Crow said, forget about life for a little while.
Yeah. And actually, I had some thoughts about that while DS was kind of explaining what he was seeing as it went down. And I'm not going to recap what, I agree. What started it from the other night. And then Punk probably did have a moment of hindsight. You said that you thought maybe he felt he came off a little heavy, right? And I think that's a lesson right there for anyone. I mean, I definitely get that lesson from time to time. I know each of us will get that lesson in our own due time when you're making a channel. But there's going to come a time where you're going to be like, I wish I could have taken that back and done that a little differently, right? And you can either sit there and beat yourself up about it and slow down and not put in content and hope that you get forgotten about until you can start up again and it all smooths over, or you can correct it. And Punk just corrected it, right? And the way he went about correcting it was awesome. But the danger of all this is and I've caught myself in it, and here we are doing it, is like, if we keep making a huge deal about guys doing this, then maybe people don't want to hear that as much. You know what I mean? Like, if there is the balance, you want to plug everybody, but you don't want to be a bunch of cheerleaders coming on screen every day.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, you got to, once in a while and bring it up and, shout out, your other people. And somebody say what's up to Shark Eyes. He just popped in. Shark Eye Toy View. If you guys aren't watching that, you need to. And along with Frostbite. I messed it up that time. Those are some of our crew from down under in Australia that make awesome content. So say what's up to those guys.
Yeah, I've been hearing more from them. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like watching the replay of their show. I keep telling Frostbite, one of these days I'm going to be off and be up late enough to at least be in their live chat while they've got their show going. Because I think it comes on here at like
my screen that's glitching out.
Yes.
I think it was Kiwi Customs or somebody that reached out and was saying, would you ever be open to doing a chat? And I was like, absolutely. And I was like, wait a minute, what time zone are you guys in?
I'd love to be on with those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, they about back to Punk. I was glad he did it and glad to see him direct some traffic to some other folks, and that's not something he can devote a ton of time to. He's got a lot of content and a lot of people. He can't do that every time for everybody, and wouldn't expect him to. Just thought it was really cool of him to kind of go back and kind of pump the brakes and say, all right, well, let's highlight some folks. Looks like we lost AA, Ron.
Okay. Well, when we said that, when we opened about you giving your opinion about that, I asked you, do you think this would affect his channel? Because it's not that I think it affects his channel. I think he made a very bold statement about his channel the other night. And it was one that I had the pleasure of talking to him about on Instagram. So I'll just share it. It's, this ain't a friggin' competition. Why would you ever treat it like one? You can build a better version of YouTube if you stop acting like you're at war with each other. Like, it's that kind of mentality. And it's kind of like what's saying, whatever game all the other content guys are playing with these identities and these rivalries, it's like, I'm out. Like, I don't do that game. Yeah. I mean,
I got people that I really like. I've got some people that I don't like. One particular comes to mind, and I'm not saying names, but we probably know. I don't want to be part of all of that crap, man. But I mean, if somebody comes out and takes a shot, I'll probably mention it, but I don't want to be part of that. I'm here for fun, man. This stuff's about fun.
I don't know I would be like, or what? Well, I mean, I can assume you two would have that good old Southern grace about somebody were to jump in the comments and try to work a little diligently to find a way to trigger you, right? And the way that was managed, the afterflow was, it took a negative, turned it into a positive, and I think we're good. But we got Aaron back. Does he have his volume now?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, brother.
It's you guys were coming in really glitchy, and I was only picking up like half of what you were saying, so I exited it and came back in. I don't know if it was just me, if just my internet glitching it.
I don't know. Sometimes when I'm on with other people, I'll see that. Like it'll just kind of, somebody will just kind of freeze for a minute, and I can still hear all the audio.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Video.
Crow like froze up on mine, and then I asked you guys, like, man, is it going out? But it seems better for now. But if I leave the room, or if I leave the chat, that's what's going on. I just can't hear you guys.
I want to highlight what Jay Astro says here. I think you also have to keep in mind somebody has thousands of followers. It's hard to keep track of everyone, and you can't be shouting out everyone all the time. That, man, just keeping up with the chat and trying to read it and try to highlight people. Of course, Punk usually has Matthew or Action or both to kind of help him, but his channel is so large, he needs it. And sometimes even those guys can't, they can't all filter it because there's so much of it. So that's absolutely right there. You can't, and Punk mentioned it before, like other people that try to highlight every single comment, every single whatever, like you'll never get through any of your show if you do. Yeah. So that's a very good point.
And that actually is really good, because it also like it was a point I think I glazed over at one point before. Punk had to do that. Like he had to say something live immediately because of what he was perceiving going on, that there was a miscommunication between some new YouTubers and what the etiquette would be. He had to do that because with those thousands of viewers, subscribers, and all of that comes his moderators and all those other guys. And if he lets that slide and lets it go because he's not paying attention and he doesn't address it, that now becomes the norm for the channel. And that would deter a lot of people, and it would invite a lot of other people, right? And that's not what he wants.
Yeah, and learning the etiquette to doing this is not easy either. I mean, we talk over each other all the time, not meaning to. So trying to learn the etiquette as far as that, and as far as what to put in the chat, what not to put in the chat. Now, I've put stuff in Punk's chat, about, hey, I did a video on this, or hey, I just did a video on that. And he hasn't ever said anything like to me. And this is way back, I say way back when I was first getting started, and I would mention it, and he never said anything, but I could tell, like, when he read it, he was just like, I'm like, it's stuff that you learn as you go.
Yeah. Nonetheless, like I said, it was just, we were killing time with our thoughts on that, and we've got Aaron back now, and
but Loki Wartooth is in the house.
What you working on there, Crow?
Oh, I already covered this. It's not my fault you're late. No, I'm working on my rock and roll.
Missy's fault.
Yeah. I'm doing a
rock and roll.
Crimson Cobra Commander did a video today, and he was talking about his connection with Classified. That was a great video, bud. I know you're in the chat. I can see you. And
what's up, Crimson?
Video. Yeah, if you guys haven't had a chance to watch that video, he talked about his connection with Joe and why it's there. And guys, it's very insightful. And Aaron, I know it's if you haven't watched it, I know when you watch it, and 3-star same as you guys will be like, oh yeah, man, oh yeah, I totally get that, right? But that's where B2 Rock and Roll came up again today. I was like, yeah, I got to get more started on that.
He's got a crazy collection. I forget which video. I did catch one of his videos today at lunchtime. I try to catch. I've been so damn busy, I ain't been able to watch YouTube lately. But man, Yeah, his collection is huge. I can just tell by everything he's reviewed so far.
Yeah, I do so much driving. Like I listen
Massive.
to it more than I watch, and I'll glance down, when I can, or if I'm
Same here.
white or something, or somebody, I was talking about something that I definitely want to see. I'll try to reach down and pause it real quick, and then start it back when I get to where I can watch. So I listen to a lot of YouTube, but I did watch that video.
Yeah.
Crimson video.
Sometimes I'll set my phone down at work too if I have good reception, and set it on a workbench or whatever, and just watch it.
Yeah.
While I'm working.
That must be nice. Yeah. I watch videos all day now.
Because you got a hockey game going in the background.
Yeah, I need to speak. I'm doing my X-Men 97 tribute right now. Just picture my bald head, and I'm trying to talk to Woody 222 right now, and I'm asking him, if you're wearing a yellow hoodie, take it the goddamn off. Okay? He did that the other day, and the Leafs turned the game around 1, and we're losing right now, so take it off.
Yeah, well, the Predators we're in the playoffs. We got beat the other night, but we're still in.
They scored. Woody, thank you. Go ahead.
It worked. It worked. To me, my goals and hat tricks. Woody asks.
Preds. Yeah, the Preds are in.
Yeah, they're still in. Woody asks, when's everybody getting their text missile? Getting mine tomorrow. FedEx for the win. None of that DHL bullshit. I just, while we were live, while me and Crow were talking about something, I tapped my phone and I had the left the building email. I haven't looked to see what it's due, so I imagine mine will probably get here. They've been pretty quick lately, so I imagine mine will get here Saturday. I
got that one message when I told you down south. I got the one message, and then I just got another one. Somehow I ordered 2 of them. I don't know how I did that, but I just got another left the building today. Well, it was just about an hour ago. And then
the MMS.
Yeah,
maybe they messed up and they're sending you a free one. They've been known to do
no,
that.
because I went back to my account and they did charge me for 2. I was like, damn, I must have ordered 2 somehow. I don't know how I did
it.
Bitch. Yeah, I will. I got 2 his tanks out all the time, so it makes sense to have 2.
Anyway. You were probably going to order another one anyway. Let's face it.
So this isn't an unsolvable problem. It's just a fortunate bad problem, right?
I'm going to accept it, and I'm just going to accept who I am and my irresponsibleness.
Yeah.
Look, Shark laughing at us. Oh, thank you, Shark. He switched to his other account.
And I saw that message.
Loki's got 3.
Yeah. So thank you, Shark Eyes, for looking down at us common peons that are getting it 2 months after you did. What is that review up to that you did on it now? How many views does that one? Because you were the first one on YouTube that had it, Shark. What's it up to?
Yeah, what's the numbers on that, Shark? Congrats on that, man. That was a good review. I thought that thing, well, I know it hit really good numbers, but I was pretty sure it was going to hit epic numbers.
It was at last time I looked, it was at like 3.5K.
Shark's all about quality videos and not quantity. He's about the quality.
But yeah, it's when you're down under and you've got all spiders as big as our cats and snakes.
A great accent.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
After Joe's early.
He says it's up to 5.7 thousand now. Thanks.
Shit, man.
I know I've shared it. I've shared it in a couple of groups, not too long after you did it, and people were asking about it and talking about it, and say, well, go check this video out because he's got it in hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've seen a couple of videos where I was like, but should I be looking on the shelf for that now? Because that seems really early. And then I saw it was Shark Eyes and the other guys down under. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I know some people got theirs today. Jeremy Kimberlin got his today. He did He put some pictures on there a few hours ago that I saw. Looks pretty sweet. I mean, I almost didn't order it. That's why I was surprised or not surprised I hadn't gotten a shipping notice on mine yet, because I didn't order it up until like 2 weeks ago. I mean, I told you guys I wasn't even sure I was going to get it, but I want the Techno Viper, and I'd probably pay $35 or $40 for him alone. Might as well have the whole thing.
That Techno Viper is dope.
$35-$40 for him alone.
Yeah. There's the man himself. His ears must have been burning earlier. What's going on, Punk? Thanks for coming by, man. I know you're getting ready to go on with Travis here in a few minutes. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's up, buddy?
I'll bounce into that after this for sure. But yeah, that Techno Viper is the only reason I want that MMS. It is a cool MMS, right? But I look at the shelf space and I have to ask myself the question, which one do I want more, the Joe one or the Cobra?
Every time I know something cool is coming, like mine might come tomorrow, but every time something cool is coming like that, I always want to stay home from work. But there's no way I can do it tomorrow. Yeah. I just have too much stuff to do. I have a fully loaded trailer out in my driveway. It's gotta go, you know?
Yeah. I know Pop Blender's supposed to get his tomorrow. He told me he's getting his tomorrow.
I can't wait to see those videos for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I wasn't at first, but it looks pretty cool. It looks really good with the hiss. I'm going to have to move some stuff around up there to get it up there behind my head. So got the vamp with all them figures around it where they're fighting each other. So it took me like 30 minutes to get that set up without dudes falling.
Yeah. Woody 222, I see your comment.
Well, let's see.
Missy kind of invaded my freaking live stream last night. She came and trolled it. That's what she did. She trolled
it in person.
She took advantage of me. I feel taken advantage of.
Yeah, I kept trying to. I was looking for you to do that I'm in trouble sign. Like
I said,
I'm not okay.
Never again.
I'm not okay.
I said I'll never go on a live again without waxing it out before the live.
It'll be like something about Mary. Aaron will come out.
I'm taking care of business before I go live, bro.
Shark, thank you for coming by, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Shark.
Be safe on your work
from the down under. What's up,
sir? Yeah, I don't know if you saw it last night when she was in there messing with you, and of course we were all messing with you too. I said she knows it's Tuesday, right?
Oh man,
I guess it don't matter.
And it's like I've been doing this for almost 5 months now. It's like, Missy, I mean, come on, girl, don't be going.
You know me, man.
I love her though.
I'm so nostalgic, and it was so nice to see this because I haven't watched TV in like years, right? So when I watched you and Missy comes on last night, all I could think about was Married with Children. Ow! What's up, Missy? I'm coming. I got
the funny part was I had a feeling that was gonna happen because like I just weird shit that goes on in the house. It's like I was like, hey guys, she's been watching 50 Shades of Grey, so there's no telling what's gonna happen because I've been through the I've took her to these movies when they first came out. And I know what happened those nights.
Yeah. Jay Astro's got your back. Jay Astro's got your back there. He filed a sexual.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. See, you guys do love me. Thank you, friends. That's what friends are for.
That's right. That's what it's all about. That's that fellowship.
I like the Three Amigos poster that I saw. That was awesome.
Yeah. Hey. Man, hands down, best thumbnail of the year, baby.
It was nice that you did that for us.
I told y'all since I discovered my phone can make stickers out of pictures, I'm gonna have some fun with it. I wasn't lying.
Yeah, no, man, you're free.
I made some stickers too the other night. Yeah, I made some stickers.
Yeah.
I've got one I've got to do. I'm probably gonna have to do next week. That I'm probably gonna have to put out. Are you? I'll just ask you right here and put you on the spot, Toyenhancer. Are you doing your regular Tuesday night next Tuesday I mean, regardless of whether or not it's us, but are you doing your regular stream on Tuesday?
I'll probably do something.
Okay. All right. I need to know. I think Pop Blender and I are going to reschedule the Sevens Wild because we didn't realize that it was May 1st. On Wednesday next week.
Yeah.
And that's when Punk and Allison are kicking off the May the Power of the Force. So I don't want to go up, not compete with it, but I want to watch it.
Oh, that's hitting on it. That's hitting on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, but Power of the Force is going to be a set time, right? Like it's going to be at a set same time kicking off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
but they're doing they're starting it off with on May 1st, next Wednesday, Punk is releasing his video, and then immediately after it, he and Allison are doing a live stream to talk about the whole thing. Oh, right.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So, say what's up to Bobby Wald. Bobby just come in. So, what's going on, Bobby? Bobby was probably in here before everybody. You're already reading it with that internet he's got.
Looking at the tracking.
Yeah, I ain't even, like I said, I just got the email that mine left the building. I was kind of disappointed, man, because I thought maybe mine might be late because I ordered it late. But I also, like, the stuff I ordered from the Store Horseman thing, I haven't got a confirmation on that either. Not that I'm expecting it, because they take a long time to ship because they're a small operation. But I saw some people the next day. I think Oz said he got a notice. Somebody got one the next day after they ordered that their stuff was already being shipped. Like, damn it, man! I can't win for losing.
I finally made my first gridiron purchase, man.
Which one did you get?
I got like everything you can get for the Vamp, basically.
Oh yeah. I went on a bender on watching the last few Punk ones, and those medical kits are amazing, man.
Yeah, that's what got me looking at Gridiron was Punk's channel.
What's that? But yeah, so did you buy all the Vamp kits?
I say that, but I bought the rail that goes on the back. Okay, the bumper or not, whatever the rail system.
Roll cage.
Roll cage. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then I bought the gunner thing for the door. Yeah, the side gunner. And I bought that gun that sits on top with the plate in front of it.
Okay.
I don't know the names of this shit. I was like, add to cart. Yeah. And then I bought that big ass bumper, man, that bumper guard.
So you basically bought
you bought them all.
Is that all of them? Okay.
There's only 4. That's all of them.
I was like, these will all look great on the Super Vamp, dude.
Oh my god,
yeah.
So
yeah.
Vamp, right?
Yeah, you know that's what I'm gonna put it on.
That's gonna be badass.
97 there, Aaron. Do you have to rename the Vamp the Omega Vamp?
Omega Vamp. That sounds way better. I know Super Vamp sounds silly, man. I wasn't even. I really decided. I was not gonna call it that for the longest time, and I was just like, fuck. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Well,
kind of like Super Tramp, but Super Vamp. You know,
I need to make a little cape for the roll bars.
Just a vehicle turn.
A flowy cape with like some little. We can put some little EC fans on there so it blows and shit.
Yeah, the SV. Yeah, that's right. Jay Astro, the break the bank vamp. So that's about because it's another $150 I think to get all of it. Something like that.
There on that shelf behind me.
So Aaron's vamp is worth 2 vamps.
Yeah, I guess. It's highly modified, definitely not original, and it can't go back to the original state.
Yeah, it's too late now. Too late to go back. While we're talking about gridiron, while we're talking about gridiron, I'll show y'all something I haven't showed off yet related to gridiron. I hadn't showed it this, but you guys know how I always pop Vizzini up from Princess Bride.
Oh yeah.
Vizzini got tired of people telling him that he was using Inconceivable wrong. So now he has he's got the gridiron Maldeus.
Nice. Nice. I can picture him with that, man. He just be like, okay, guys,
So he's got his got his goblet of wine and his Browning M2 heavy machine gun. Next time, Robert's
man, dude, I want that line so bad. The Princess Bride.
Oh,
I gotta get some more.
I love that movie. We used to watch that movie when we were kids. The Dark Crystal was a good movie that we watched around that time. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
The Dark
Crystal.
Nightmares. Oh man,
I didn't
that was
watch
scary as shit, dude.
I didn't watch it as much.
Gave me nightmares as a kid.
Yeah, had Ewok Village. You remember that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I remember turning the Fisher Price treehouse, that big dome tree.
Yeah.
Fisher Price put out and made that my Ewok Village. So I got
nice.
Yeah, I never had the Ewok Village. A dude that I was friends with when I was a kid had it. He had he had all of the Star Wars stuff when we were kids. Like not the early stuff. He was my age, but he probably started getting it Empire Strikes Back and Jedi and through on through 85, 86. But he had the Ewok Village, and I always thought that was so cool having the treetops with the gangways and stuff. I always thought that was awesome. I never
Matthew says he falls asleep watching that damn movie.
Yeah, I have seen
a long movie.
But I'm not nearly as familiar with Dark Crystal. Like I've seen it a couple times, but I can quote
the reason why it's fresh in my mind is while I was at the flea market, I saw this guy who had the original set of trading cards still unopened in the box, and he had a price tag of $100 on this box. I was like, damn. I was like, he goes, they're hard to find. I totally believed him. I still haven't looked them up, but
don't be tracking the giant
discount from
them. The ones with the tops with the blue borders going around them. Are those the ones?
All I seen was the box, and I didn't see the actual packages or anything. It was sealed, wrapped. Like, man, some of those. There's some standout cards in it that are worth a little bit. Yeah,
this was like $100 for a box that you don't know, eh?
Right. Like, well, it was a pretty big box. Yeah. I mean, how many Dark Crystal cards could they have printed? Shit!
I thought you were talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
No, Dark Crystal.
Oh hell! I didn't even know there were Dark Crystal cards.
But
that's why they're rare, because they didn't make a lot. That's for sure.
That whole statement of it's hard to find. I hate that statement. Don't give me that statement, okay? It's hard to find can mean a lot of things. Sometimes it means nobody wants it.
I hate seeing that on eBay when people always put in VHTF in the description. Like, man, come on.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
I don't need you to tell me.
Yeah.
What's up to TC? TC just come in. What's going on, man? Thank you for coming by. I want to remind everybody to hit that like and that subscribe, and anybody watching the replay, I'd appreciate it if you do that. Woody Triple Deuce tells us that there's no point in telling everybody to hit the share button, but it's real easy to do. Just say it all. Hit them all. Hit all them buttons other than the thumbs down.
Oh.
Hey guys, not at all.
Right now.
Not at all. Labyrinth is the shit.
Go right now. I just
Labyrinth,
power cable switch it, so I'm gonna turn off my camera for a sec.
Okay.
I can dig Labyrinth because I do love David Bowie, man. I love Space Oddity. David Bowie's the shit.
Yeah, I love Labyrinth. That's what I was gonna say is I don't know Dark Crystal nearly as well as Labyrinth and Princess Bride, man. I love Labyrinth.
Yeah. Dude, I grew up with 3 older sisters, so it was like, man, they always had stuff like that going.
Yeah, and hey, man, I mean Jennifer Connelly, And I can say that because I was young then too.
She was busted, man.
Jennifer Connelly. Yep. Let's see.
Oh man.
I don't remember that.
Do we have a theme for tonight or what?
Well, I mean, I had one.
I'm kind of dazed and confused.
You kind of threw a monkey wrench in it when you never answered my questions. So.
I have so many messages, man. I gotta go through them, and I got home. I did my invoices. I was like, okay, home, shower, make sure your family has money. And then I was like, all right, live time.
Make sure Missy is watching children's movies tonight. Oh, our theme was that I was planning out going to be going over some just different aspects of like what we do. We're going to go over like customizing and what I have: customizing, creating, collecting, and connecting. We're going to be the 4 C's. We're 50 minutes in, so we can kind of narrow that down. I was asking Crow, like, started with customizing, like, why do you do it? Why do you enjoy it? And what what do you get out of doing it? Like, and I'm gonna let you guys mostly kind of go over that a little bit. We ain't gonna spend a lot of time on it, but for me, because I don't do the kind of stuff that you guys do. For me, it's an outlet. Like, I've got all these ideas, and I got to do something with them. Whether or not it comes out like I want or not, I've got to do something with it. And I've recently just started tapping into that, so I'm kind of developing and learning different stuff as I go. But you guys have been doing it for quite a while, so what do you guys? Why do you customize, and what do you guys kind of get out of doing it?
You want me to go first, Crow?
Absolutely.
What do I get out of customizing? Man, that's a deep one, huh?
Yeah, you ain't gotta go that. You ain't gotta go that deep. Just get
okay. Well, to round it off, the best thing that I get out of customizing is when I think of a project and I have like a couple ideas that I'm going to throw into it. It's the fact of knowing, like, I don't know what this project is going to end up as, but I'm going to try my damn hardest to make it the best that I can, even if I got to take a little extra time or whatever, and I'm going to dump my heart out into it. And that, starting from like that, nothing, absolutely nothing, and then making it into something that like I like, that it's worthy enough to me. I'm going to show it to my friends. You know what I mean? But that whole experience of going from nothing to something is probably the best part about customizing for me.
Yeah, I could totally see that, because like when I came across your channel, it was right before you were doing the Dio thing, and I can already see you were well into customizing before you were a channel, right? Like, I
definitely did Dios. Definitely into dials before I even started the channel.
Yeah, because the first thing that caught my eye was that Terradrome, and I mean, yeah, it's a Terradrome. We've seen them, but the way you were presenting it, I'm like, this guy had a vision. There was a vision here, right?
There was. It's crazy. When I did the Terradrome, I found it on Facebook. And a short story of it is the guy posted it for 75. He got 1 million messages. I was one of the first ones. I told him I'd give him 150 for it and come right now. And he called me the next day and said, "You know what, man?" He goes, "I looked you up on Facebook and I seen a picture of your toy collection on Facebook."
There you go.
He goes, "I felt like you deserved it." He goes, "I know I could have sold it for more, and I already doubled the price of what I was asking, but I'm going to let you have it." And I went up there. It was an epic story. He had it since he was a boy, and it's just one of the things that he kept, and he just always kept it. He never had it. He said it was always in a basement on a floor somewhere, or in an extra room, or it just never had really space for it. And that gave me the idea right there. I was like, "Oh, when I get this thing home, I'm gonna build," and I was like, "I'm gonna build an island, centerpiece." And I went from there, and then I started, doing the stuff with the foam board and all that. I wanted rocks and cliffs and stuff like that, and I was like, well, I got this island, so I need a lot of space. I got tons of figures. I'm always jamming boxes of figures in the island, and it just kind of evolved, from what it was. It started with the purchase of the Terradrome because I got a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, it was the greatest centerpiece you could have when you were starting a channel, right? Like, open up on the Terradrome, and we're going to talk about it. And you knew what you were there to talk about, right?
And that was the piece. Well, I had the turtle. I think I had the turtle or the Thundercat dial, one of those two. But there was people that's what people were telling me. They were seeing this stuff on Facebook and sending me like messages. People I didn't even know. They're like, "Hey man, you got a YouTube channel?" I don't. But they're like, "Well, you need to."
Why not?
I was like, "What?" So that kind of booted
Keep
me.
them on your friends.
That's how I found Punk.
Yeah.
I found Crow down south.
Yep.
Yeah.
War Chest is here. What's going on, War Chest?
Hey, just I guess we lost Loki.
What's up, War Chest?
Yeah, he said he was going to be back.
Okay.
Crow. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah.
From you,
So
you've already kind of touched on it a little bit.
No, but I think the way I got started converting was a bit different. So, I mean, if we've got Wraith Mason, Same Time Toys in the chat, these guys will know where I'm coming from more than the average toy collector. It all kind of started around 40K for me. When I got into, we're going to talk a little bit about Warhammer. See how I force that?
Warhammer.
Get in there, Warhammer.
We are the hammer, as Wraith would say.
Yeah. So
Warhammer.
when I was in the military, I got posted to this shitty small town in New Brunswick. It was a training base, and I was there to do stuff. And somebody introduced me to this game to kill time because my wife and I were newly married, but she was living in another city. The military did that. They would do that from time to time, post us to different cities. And so I was trying to kill time, because couldn't spend time with my wife. And so I got introduced to 40K. Long story short is when that game first started off, they used to have an army called the Catachan Devils, which is equivalent to an army of Rambos. Like picture Sylvester Stallone Rambo. Like we all have a mental picture of that character. So much so that one of they called them elite characters, was a guy named Sly Marble, which was just a wordplay, right? And the best thing about this little thing was they even told you in the rules of the character, we want you to build your own variants of these. We want you to kit bash these, add little pieces. And that was the first time I've ever heard of anything like that. Like anytime you were dealing with little toys of any kind, they came painted and you played. But this was the first time where somebody was telling you, fuck around with our stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where mine came from, was 40K, getting into figure conversions, then terrain, and then getting frustrated with the company, walking away, having a hissy fit, and finding G.I. Joe. Right?
Yeah, I watched that or listened to that video you did on that last week. I was riding around on your Warhammer and Joe video. Thought that was a very cool breakdown because I didn't know any of that stuff.
I was surprised, actually, that it wasn't more well-known in our community, really, than it has been lately. Like, it's just interesting to see where other people come into the collection, like the toy collecting, like Joe's, from just a variety of different directions. And sometimes they never even cross 40K. And you're like, what? Like, never seen
I mean,
that.
I knew what it was, but I didn't know anything about it. What you got there, Toyenhancer?
Would you paint this one, Crow?
Which one's that now? I can't really. Hang on. Let me look on a better screen.
Can you paint that guy?
So, buddy, I want you to try, because that is the perfect artist canvas on one of the most best iconic marine armors. And the entire thing about a space marine armor, Aaron, is while there's like dozens and dozens of chapters you could look up and just pick one, you can always make your own chapter. And I have a long list. Apparently, I have a conversion I've got to paint very soon for somebody that in our draw. So I want to see if you can do it. Because
do you have this one?
What's that?
Do you have this?
I'm not collecting those. What I'm doing with those is I was just painting them because they were artist blanks. But when I saw that you bought it, God, I was like, oh, he's gonna paint one, and I got all excited. I was like, I wonder what a Toyenhancer Space Marine chapter would look like.
Do they have these up there though? They have them in Canada?
Yeah, we've had them for a while. That's what I made my first conversion out of. Bull. It was one of those, but it was the human, the Cadian.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, brother. But
I'm gonna give it a whirl, man.
Yeah, you should. And I think Woody and Wraith Mace, not Woody, pardon me, Same Time Toys and Wraith Mace would both back me on that. Like, what would a Toyenhancer Space Marine chapter look like?
I mean, it's badass. It's hard to see, but I mean, he has like a skull and wings on his chest and stuff, man. It's really detailed, man.
You can go down a rabbit hole figuring all that stuff out, like what the chapter iconology and all the lore. Like it's what it is it's very
awesome.
Religious at the same time. It's got a lot of religious overtones to it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's got a deep.
It's not sacrilegious, is it?
No. It's just
we don't talk about religion on toy shows.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I shouldn't say religious in a negative sense, just in that structure of faith kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, that's
like
it.
that.
Oh,
I'm messing around with the layouts here because I'm doing this all. This is the first.
I love your Luke Skywalker freaking name holders right here, man. They look awesome.
Oh yeah, no, the bubble. Yeah, I was playing with the different stuff on it, and of course I wanted green, and I wanted one.
Got the mean green on there.
I wonder if May will have those up, like if you can download actual lightsabers.
What do you mean, like graphics on something?
Yeah, like when May comes up, if YouTube would ever provide anything like that for the lives or stream here, knowing that it's the May the Force kind of.
That would be cool.
I doubt it, man. If they do, they'll probably wind up turning it into something like what Activision does, and part of why
little nameplates Call of Duty
shit. yeah, be turned into microtransactions.
99 cents.
Yeah, but it would be cool. I'd be all about some. I'd be all about some lightsabers. I'd have to have Mace Windu's though.
Yeah, you like the purple one.
I like Luke's green, of course, but yeah,
that's my favorite.
But that Mace Windu saber, that green, man, he lit that mug up and was like, oh shit.
Mace had a purple one.
Yeah, that's what I meant. What did I say? Purple. Green, purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lit up that purple.
The purple would be my second choice, obviously.
Yeah. You guys notice that?
Okay, I'm just seeing a question from Crimson on the chat. It says if I wanted to paint something bright red, what paint should I use? It was usually a dark hue. Buddy, I am constantly playing with questions with red. I would try a medium brown under it. Just try dry brushing a light brown, medium brown under it, and then try painting your red, layer it over that. I don't know, Aaron, any advice on that? Because you paint your vehicles and you paint your backdrops. He wants to paint a red.
If I want to paint it bright red, I normally go with a dark underlay like black or something because I like that dark, deep red. But if you paint a white or a lighter highlight, it's going to be bright, man. It's going to be a bright red, or sometimes you get like a pinkish effect. And it's like, but I go with like either a gray medium or just a black base, man, and then red it up from there. It's a lot easier. Less
gray
coat.
is a great go-to. I love gray. It's such a neutral base for everything. But yeah, red's tricky sometimes, I find.
Yeah, this my main cabinet back here, the big one, when we painted it and we were doing red, we did it all, sanded it down and did it with kills, and then started painting the red over it. And I was like, this is going on pink. Like this looks pink. And then of course as it dried before we did another coat, I'm like, well, it's getting a lot darker. So
right.
It
probably just had to do a couple coats, right?
Yeah, well, even by the time the first coat dried, it was like, okay, well, it doesn't look pink anymore. Right. I think every time 2 or 3.
Every color that you put on is going to look light at first, and then as it dries, it'll darken up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, red is just one of those colors where it's like the dark bleeds through it, the light bleeds through it. Once it settles, you get a better impression. But I've never felt overly confident and a lot of other things other than gray. Gray, I always feel like I've got my best bet at a lighter
right.
color.
It's a good medium to work with. I do it a lot too. I'll hit it with gray primer or black primer. Very seldom do I use a white primer. Sometimes I'll use it on like skin tone or something like that.
Yeah, and the only reason I brought up brown is just because red, I think it's an autumn color wheel thing, and I think it and brown kind of merge into each other on the color wheel at some point. So I was like, start there. I don't remember the color wheel, but
I think I got my most experience on colors and covering colors from painting homes. I've painted so many homes. Come across black walls and just all kinds of stuff that we had to turn white. And
yeah, you'd have fun in here. This room is blue, and
the dark
bedroom. Yeah, the bedroom behind me, and the junk room that has a path to a bed, and it's mostly boxes everywhere. That room is red.
Oh, nice. Okay. I did my very first toy room I ever did ever. It was like when me and Missy first got together. So at least like 13 years ago, I did it like a dark royal blue, like cobra blue, man. And I did the whole damn thing. And then I did white shelving everywhere. It looked good.
Warchest says, I prime everything with the blood of my enemies. This room actually, it really worked out for turning into my pit room, my Joe room. But my ex that lived with me, she lived with me, and her kids lived with me. And when they moved in, I was kind of letting them do what they wanted, or run ideas by me for what they wanted.
There we go.
They were like, Can we pick our colors for our bedrooms? And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, why not? I mean, if I ever sell this house, it's going to have to be painted anyway. There's so many thumbtack holes and missed studs in the wall where I've tried to put pictures up.
We paint our house every couple of years. Yeah,
so this one needs it.
I know she's gone to bed at this point, so I'll tell you a quick one. When my wife and I first bought our first place in Edmonton, we decided we were going to paint the spare bedroom downstairs, and my wife had this color set in mind for the office, which I painted for her, and then she immediately changed her mind, and I had painted a completely other color with her. But when it came to the spare bedroom, I was like, after doing that and having her change my mind, I'm like, are you absolutely sure this is the shade of purple and pink you want for this room? Right? She's like, yeah. She took such offense to it, if I recall, that she decided I'm not going to help her with this one. I was like, okay, I'll help you with the corners. I know I will. Right? I come back, and it's one of those basement rooms where, the window is like 3/4 of the way up almost to the ceiling level, like that kind of sunken basement room. Yeah. So we had these shitty plastic Venetian blinds. Is that what they're called? The horizontal blinds, the ones and they go sideways.
Yeah. The ones I've got. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I come back and she's done a magnificent job with these walls. One pink, one purple, one pink, one purple, one pink. Well, wait. She painted the friggin' blinds. So I'm trying to show her, like, they were bad before. They're terrible now. You're not moving them.
They're kind of painted together now.
Yeah. But they match the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's just that extra artistic touch.
Yeah.
To it, that flair.
Now I'm involved in all the painting.
We have done some painting, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you guys are, man, and I'll miss you pressure washing all that paint off. So you painted.
Yeah, how long is that summer special going?
It's going great, man. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna run some ideas by you guys, and you tell me what you think, man. All right.
You keep your shirt on.
Check this out.
That's the first idea.
Tell me what you think, fellas. Bikini lawn service. How much would you pay for a bikini lawn service, huh?
Aaron, I haven't seen you in bikini yet.
Yeah, you doing it or her doing it? Because
of course me. Of course me. Yeah. You can have the guy version or the girl version.
Okay, but
I was gonna freaking, interview ladies and shit for this damn job, man, that want to mow lawns and shit. Be like, yeah, I pay such and such. But yeah, bikini lawn service. Have you ever heard of it?
No, man, but
fucking cool.
I don't know.
Right? Like, you would get that for 1 month.
Yeah, I don't know what the women look like that mow grass down there in Georgia, but I know what most of them look like in Tennessee,
Well,
and ain't nobody paying for that shit.
Man,
Yeah, that's a
it
regional
definitely starts with Daisy Dukes jeans, right? Supermodel girl, you know, whatever, all sweaty. Of course, she got a good tan going on because she's been mowing yards for the past couple months, man.
Have you been reading Larry Flint's book or something recently? Like, you got a lot on your mind, man.
She's gonna have nicks and cuts all over her
It's a
legs
business
from the
opportunity.
weeding.
War Chest, get with me on this business opportunity. We'll seal the deal, man. I'll drop 40 G's, you drop 40 G's, and we'll get this business going.
What a hell of a startup. Who are you hiring?
I told you, the best. Nothing but the best. And they got to be hardworking, so it ain't going to be your average girl, you know. They got to mow the grass.
Oh, and I got it. GoPros mounted on all the lawnmowers.
Yes.
Facing the driver.
With a live feed that streams right into your damn house, man.
So
you don't even have to
see. So you can see everything.
That's right. So you don't have to look like old Herbert off of a Family Guy, you know, staring out the window. You gotta go when you get close, toast.
Make your poos and poops, Jasper.
You know,
you can only come around so long.
hey,
with that GoPro on the lawnmower, then I think what we should also do if we want this to work is we got to make sure the clippings bag is only this big so she's constantly changing.
Oh, my bags are that big, man. They're small as shit. I hate dumping them. Damn.
Oh, that's great. That's a good idea.
Hey, it's business opportunity. Hey, if someone steals my idea, I'm coming to do something really bad to you.
Yeah, don't you mow Aaron's lawn like that.
That's my business idea. Toys, you can have all the ideas you want, but man, you mess with a man's business.
Put another one on the trailer, so when somebody's got to go back and change a belt or gas up or restring the weed eater.
And this could expand. It doesn't just have to be lawn care. We can have bikini top mobile mechanic, you know, bikini top plumbing service. You know, it can't. The possibilities are endless.
I know, and for me, the real expensive one is going to be bikini top snow removal driveway.
That's what I was about to. I was about to suggest.
You got to wear the Santa hat too. Santa hat has to be on every time.
She's going to be fast.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're going to be millionaires, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, and we can buy all the toys we want.
But I want no. Can we wait till after me and 3-Star get monetized? And we might not even need to do this. We'll be millionaires then, right? Right?
Yeah, that's right. And get some people, some channel members. And what's that? That's not the Joy toy. What you got there? Oh, it's Mega Man. What'd you get? That Joy toy?
Jada Mega Man. I had to get it, bro. Had to get it.
Yeah, no, who is that? That's not Joy Toy. It's
Jada.
I knew it started with a J. Yeah, I kind of want that. Mega Man.
Look at Fireman and Iceman. They look dope as shit.
I love Iceman.
Dude, how much Mega Man did you play, man? I know you played Mega Man.
Oh yeah, I played
SNES or NES, man. Shit.
Yeah, I played at least the first. I know the first 3. Yeah, I know I played the shit out of the first.
I know I played it up to like 6 or 7 or some shit, man. I forget where it stopped, but I played every damn one of them.
Pop Blender wore that game out. That was one of his favorite NES games, and I had it too. But I mean, like we both played that game all the time. Do you see that? What do you see? We got bikini barbers.
You were knee deep in the Muff City by the time this came out, Crow.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Shane's toy of the year right there.
Meant that the hair came up to there, right? Like
that 5-year gap, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually picked something up today too while I was out that was completely unexpected. Something I've had my eye on it for a while. I just hadn't pulled the trigger, and lo and behold, I went into a Walmart today and they had the NECA stuff on sale. they hardly ever put NECA on sale. You may have this one, Aaron. I'm not sure.
I've been checking NECA out, man. Dude, is that the thing? Oh man, I don't have it. I've seen it, man, but I finally
got it.
Oh man, it looks so good inside. I've opened that thing up like 4 times, man, and almost walked out with it twice, and I don't know why I ain't got it yet, but
yeah, I've been wanting to get this thing ever since it come out. I've almost bought it so many times because
that's one I've been back and forth, man. I was like, should I? I was like, oh, then I'll talk myself into getting something else that's like more like what I'm doing or what I'm into. Yeah. I'm like, damn, man.
Well, it was like I say, I've been looking at it, and I because if Jay Astro's in here, yeah, there he is. I knew it. I was gonna say he can verify The Thing is one of the best damn horror movies ever. Still holds up to this day. And I've been wanting to get it, but it's just I'm only buying a few NECAs, and I saw it. And I'm like, oh shit, they actually got some NECAs on sale. I had to scan it.
I've been checking NECA out, man. Here, I got a NECA right here. I got 2 just a couple days ago.
You know, and down south, I gotta back you up on that statement about John Carpenter's The Thing being like one of the top horror creature features, sci-fi, make you dump your pants terror kind of movie of its time. And I don't know about you, but I would be curious about Pop Blender's opinion on this too, and yours. I feel like that re-release of The Thing that they did in the 2000 or like whatever, I know it was meant to be a prequel, and I know it came under a lot of harsh criticisms, but I watched that and I was just as enthralled with that as I was with the original, knowing they were 2 separate stories. I just found like they did borrow from the older one a little bit, but I thought it was
too heavily. It wasn't bad, but I didn't love it.
You didn't love it, eh?
No.
You got the Eddie. Any damage? You know?
Nah, you can't damage that original The Thing.
No.
Dreadnought K6 showed up. What's going on, Dreadnought? Thanks for stopping by, bud.
Funny, I have you watched The Thing recently as an adult, like within the 10 years?
Oh yeah, I watch it 3 or 4 times a year.
Oh, okay. Well, then you know this more than anyone. But it's funny now that we're so used to cinema and CGI and all of this, how quickly now you can pick up on when they go to the alien UFOs excavation site, how quickly you can pick up that it's a painted backdrop.
Oh yeah. Right? No miniatures in that stuff.
No, it's just right out of an old Star Trek movie, painted scenescape.
Yeah, right.
The new stuff's no miniatures, and that was one of the better aspects of some of the newer Star Wars movies, like the last ones. That was some of the better aspects of those entire movies, where they did use some practical effects in them. Mm-hmm. Some of the scenes that was really about the only standout part in any of it. Yeah, Turkish Murphy, Salem's Lot scared the hell out of me. It still does. That some bitch pops up out of that coffin straight up with them Nosferatu face, man. Hell yeah.
So I have a special spot in my place for horror movies because when my mom was younger and single, and there was a guy that was in our lives for a couple of years, and he thought it would be a good idea to go to the drive-in one night with Mom and I. And my very first drive-in movie was the very first Friday the 13th.
Oh,
1980.
Mine was Hercules, man, the old Hercules movie.
Right, and I'm 7, right? So how many nights of sleep did I get after that movie? Less than after I watched Poltergeist.
Yeah. That damn clown, man. Fuck that clown.
Oh, that clown.
See my turtle I got?
Which one's that? Oh, that's one of the big ones, isn't it?
It's the NECA, man.
The ones that dude that I went to that yard sale at a few weeks ago when I got those Ghostbusters figures I was talking about.
Yeah, he had these.
He had all of them already.
The bright ones like these?
Yeah, I don't know how, but he had all of them.
I see them at Toys R Us up here all the time, and I'm just kind of watching them because they're not going anywhere because of the price point they're at, and nobody locally cares.
I wasn't gonna get them, but I
that
started looking at them and I was like, man, these look too good not to get, man.
Well, and that's just it. So I'm kind of waiting till they've been on the shelf for so long that somebody's just like, fuck it, put it on a clearance, let's go. You know, nothing like that.
One thing about these that came out, these NECAs, I really like the expressions on their faces. I've only seen Michelangelo and Donatello, but I really like the expressions that they have for each one.
Yeah, they look really, really nice. What I have seen of them, I didn't look at them all that close when I was looking at that guy's collection, but I was like, "Oh, are those the new ones?" He said, "Yeah, those are the ones that just come out."
How much did he want for them?
Oh man, this dude was selling all the other stuff to make room for more turtles. I'm pretty sure they weren't for sale. Hell, he had a couple of new Hot Toys that he was like, "Are you into Hot Toys?" He's like, hey, that's a little above my price range, brother. And he told me what he had and what he wanted for it. And
yeah.
Sorry, boys, I'll be back in a minute.
All right, buddy.
I was close to making him an offer just to trade them or resell them or trade them for something else because it was too good of a deal on them. But man, them Hot Toys, they're nice. They're just they out of my price range. I hope they don't ever get heavy into Joe's because you won't find better representations of anything than you will in those.
I picked up this Iron Maiden because, dude, he comes with all kinds of chains back there. It's like a triple chain around his neck with three. Yeah, because he's like,
it's got like a saw collar on that one, doesn't he? Like a saw looking style collar.
So I really like that. Like I'll probably, when I open this fig, I'll probably use that on other figs. That chain.
Yeah. There was another NECA that I saw over the weekend that I'm probably going to have to go back and buy or order it online from them. And I did not realize that they had even made this one yet. And I was talking to somebody just a few days before about if they did. I'm on this new PC that I bought and tried to get it set up. So that's why I keep messing with the layouts because I've got everything saved on my laptop.
You finally got you a nice PC.
I mean, it's a Midland PC, but it's so I finally broke down and got one. It's not anything fancy, but it's more power than that laptop. But I was in Best Buy, and we were talking. And I was like, I'm going to Best Buy tomorrow, and they got NECA. I didn't buy it, but they had fucking Pinhead.
Oh yeah,
Hellraiser.
Dude, I seen that, man.
I've gotta have.
And yeah, he's one of my favorite, man. Because that was a big thing, especially in upstate New York. Pinhead was big up there, man. I mean, I don't know if he originated from the area, but Hellraiser and Pinhead, man, dude, growing up.
Yeah, that was Hellraiser was always one of those kind of questionable horror movies. Like I mentioned before, my mom would pretty much watch anything. My mom took me to anything.
It was very taboo, at the time.
Yes, we didn't go see that in the theater, but she did let me rent it as soon as it come out on video. We had close ties to the only VHS store in town, and so she took me there. She took me to RoboCop. I saw Predator, Rambo. She took me to all that kind of stuff. The only horror stuff that she wouldn't let me watch that I can remember was Evil Dead and The Howling. And as it turns out later in life, I found out it wasn't because of the horror stuff. It was because of the sex stuff that's in both of those movies. And so she knew I knew the difference between horror, make believe and real life, but the sex stuff is a little bit different.
Evil Dead,
an 8-year-old watch it. Yeah, you know what scene I'm talking about in Evil Dead. So
does it have a sex scene? I can't even remember.
It has an explicit scene with a tree and a chick.
Oh, the Evil Dead.
Okay. Well, she really watched the shit out of that movie.
So, my brother, it was one of my older brothers' favorite, movies just because it was creepy and shit,
Yeah.
So
and that's when parents were discovering that their kids were listening to bad rock and roll Satan
Yeah.
music, right?
Well, at this time, even though Evil Dead had been out for a while, during that time period, my brother, I'm talking, I was probably 7, 8, 9, but my brother was 12 years older than me. So my brother was a damn adult. He could watch whatever he wanted, but he's watching it in the living room on the family TV. So
right.
that kind
over
of
in the den peeking in.
Yeah, and the other thing that he used to like to watch all the time, the only other movie I can remember I wasn't allowed to watch was Scarface. And that's because for years that movie held the record on the amount of times that it says fuck. So that was those are the only ones.
Or Delirious. Did it beat it Delirious?
I don't know, but Scarface is a movie. That's a concert film.
Yeah.
I don't know if it beats Delirious or not. It's probably pretty close.
It's got to be up there for sure. I know Scarface.
Oh yeah.
There's one of my kids like about to meet Jesus out there in the living room. Missy's yelling so damn hard at him. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
No, I can't hear it. Tell her to yell louder.
She's about to
Aaron,
meet Jesus out there.
Take the camera out there.
I'm scared to go. I'm staying in the garage with you guys.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead remake was a good one too.
I love
that was a very well done update to a good classic movie. So, but yeah, so I saw that. I'm gonna have to go back and get that Pinhead for sure.
Yeah.
So that was where I was going. Yeah, Mom threw a shit fit. Dad let me get Hellraiser VHS for my 10th birthday. So we wound up renting it, and of course, Hellraiser's got a lot of sex stuff in it too, and just the idea. That was the thing my mom didn't like was like demons and possession and stuff. She didn't care about slashers, but that's kind of stuff she didn't like. So, the fact that Pinhead and the Cenobites are pretty much demons from hell, kind of. She was like, "What are we watching here?"
I have to say it. I have to give the Crow parenting tip here from now on. If you're a young dad out there in the chat watching right now, this is a prime example of why you want your kids to watch all the horror and slasher films they can at a young age of say 5, 4, 3, because they'll learn that sex is immediately going to get them murdered. And that way, you're not going to be a grandparent by the time they're like 16. Okay?
Yeah.
So, there you go. There's your Crow tip.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I was a kid and I watched Friday the 13th movies, I knew that I was a kid and Jason wasn't going to kill my ass. But as soon as I'm a teenager or a counselor or something, I'm dead meat.
Oh yeah.
Soon as I start trying to unhook a bra in a car, I'm thinking Jason's coming for my ass.
If you're a little kid and Jason comes around, you just act like you're sleeping right in your bunk.
He's after you, a babysitter. Just point, babysitter.
Because he's looking for the counselors, man.
Yeah, that I always thought that was pretty cool of Jason, though. He left the little kids alone.
But Freddy,
too young.
Freddy was coming for you no matter what, bro.
Freddy was ruthless, buddy.
Yeah.
So,
They didn't want no stopping Freddy.
Freddy didn't give a fuck.
I don't know if I could make a good.
He's like Chucky. He's gonna get you no matter what.
Yeah, we're talking like supernatural demons. When it comes to ugly kill machines like Jason and Michael, you notice how they always kind of get them right after post-coitus, right? Like they've just finished up these two teenagers. One of them's in the shower and the other's, flexing in the mirror or something. And then bam, they're dead. And
right.
Going to get a beer.
But there's serial killers, they got specifics.
I like to think they've been standing in that corner the whole time watching.
I was about to say that. They were just waiting like, I want to enjoy the show before I kill him.
He's a courteous killer, right? Like
popcorn.
You finish.
Pushing. Michael Myers is shoving popcorn through the hole in the mask while he's waiting on him to get done.
Freddy's a jackass, man. He'll kill you in a wet dream and give you no warning. Like he's a dick. But these guys are
well, Michael Myers did. He did kill some people in mid coitus. I think Jason did too, but Michael did for sure.
Yeah, they got a good figure him out right now too in Target.
Jason did too. Oh, whoa, Michael Myers.
Yeah,
It's the
I'll have to
intellectual
see that.
Target right
everybody
now.
came for, right?
I have to see that. Yeah. They had I was gonna say something else about another. Oh, the Walmart. When I was at that Walmart today, there was another one that I picked up and scanned, and I know you've got it, but I don't. That was that the City Hunter, the battle damaged City Hunter Predator.
Yes.
The missing arm with the blood. I want that one, and
Yes.
it wasn't marked down yet. It
So
was
that-
still on.
I still got to
regular.
review that. I'm pretty sure.
That's a really good point, though, actually, and it segues well. I wasn't even going to bring this up, but now it reminds me to. Did you see Iron Ken give you a breakdown, kind of how Walmart works their clearance shelves?
Oh, I didn't. I seen
Yeah.
that pop up, but I didn't see. I didn't catch the video, man.
It actually is. It's pretty informative. I guess he used
Is
to
it?
work in the stock room back there, so he kind of understands how certain things will show up that were supposed to be online only, and then somebody gets fed the F up and just sticks it on the clearance shelf and does things like. So what it was actually more of a public service video to everybody who's been hearing, well, I got this at Walmart, and then they run out and they're like, well, why doesn't my Walmart have it? And he was trying to explain why and how that works. So I thought it was a good video. It's kind of a must watch if you're pissed off at Walmart like I get, right? Like,
Oh yeah, I hate Walmart. I hate the
I
app.
ain't that pissed off at him.
I can never get my app to work.
yeah, no, you got some good deals today, man. Like, oh my God, I've never seen NECA at Walmart, just Toys R Us.
The one that I went to when I made the Walmart clearance pickup video that I did 6 weeks ago or whenever, that one had some NECAs on clearance, but I didn't either. It was something I didn't really want, or just didn't have the extra money to spend on them that day. But that was the first Walmart I'd ever seen that clearanced any NECA stuff at all, and it was like I said, it was a Walmart. Like if you just picture like a bowl, this Walmart was in the middle of it. Like it was obvious there were no collectors in that area just because of some of the stuff that I saw on the shelf that day. But that was the only one I've ever seen actually clearance NECA. I don't know if you guys, if any of you guys watch Uncle Tim's Rants and Reviews.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
His community, that's one of his big things is everybody posts pickups of all the stores with all the clearance, and I'm in that Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
That Facebook group is almost all people showing pickups and saying,
Oh yeah,
I got this.
I've been in it for a while too.
Yeah. Well, there's my that's my Walmart $3 pickup. That Spider-Man figure that I did the conversion out of $3, and when I looked anywhere else, $42.99. Right, and I brought it up because Woody collects that line, the Spider-Man. So Woody 222. That's another reason for you to check those clearance, because at some point Walmart was given a directive to shed those action figures, right? So
yeah, I would make you guys a large screen, but I haven't figured out how to do that. I can do it on my laptop, but the buttons aren't working on this desktop to do it. I can only do that. So,
The only
nice part is, when Aaron and I hold stuff up, if we're not big enough, that just means you can go watch the video later.
yeah, right.
I was gonna say the only Spider-Man figure I found reduced was the MJ, man.
Yeah,
that was the only one. Yeah.
Well, see, I'm not as much like you guys that's looking for fodder figures. So when I see stuff like that occasionally, but I'm not in that mindset. I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna turn it into that. Like I'm picking up an extra Joe to kit bash into something else, which I've got like 4 that I need to do here. They don't put that stuff like any of the Marvel type stuff. They hardly ever clearance that stuff at Walmart. Target will.
Yeah, GameStop will all the time.
Yeah. I saw that entire new wave of the Spider-Man figures last week at a Walmart. They had 2 cases of that whole wave with Spider Shot and Tombstone. That Tombstone is a badass figure.
I want the rose. the rose in that nice white suit with the mask.
Yeah, he's actually that is one of the ones that I have seen on clearance here, but
Yeah.
he's still
I
like
was looking for it out here.
$16. I want to go ahead and pick up one of those Rose figures because I just ordered that Kingpin.
Yeah,
right. I know it's a reissue, but I don't do Legends. But I used to read. Oh, look at this shit!
But I think
Have you
see
seen that? This just came out on Retro Card this week, man.
Oh,
yeah, right.
I can't see it. Let me look on my other screen. Oh, yes.
The
man, that's a rare exclusive right there.
Very rare.
That I know that Kingpin's been out before, but I haven't collected those guys, and that is the Kingpin that I want because that's the one that looks like the comics I read.
And so Punk favors Shield, and I really like those Shield figures too because I always wanted to have a Shield Team 6 sitting off on the side, ready to burst in on Joe's, right? But the Tracksuit Mafia figure is also another one that's great for conversions. Yeah. It comes with 2 different heads. But what I think Marvel does better than anything, and you mentioned it with Kingpin, I mentioned it with Rose, and I have that Everett Ross, is having some 3-piece suits on your shelf just kind of goes. You know what I mean? It's like all these tactical characters, and then you got some suits in the background, and that feels like the government side of it, right? Like,
yeah. I picked up 2 of those Everett Ross figures, and that's what I used for my suited Tomax and Zaymot.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah,
the heads are a little big for that body, but it's not too bad. I was going to ask that too, Aaron. Which
that
Mickey
is the
Mouse
Chase.
Is that? Yeah. That's his lab.
That is the Chase, man. That's out right now, and Shane's got it right.
Are you
the CC number 2 Chase?
That's the CC Chase.
Yeah, I knew about this.
He might get
some shock.
Something might happen to him later on.
Yeah. If I had,
I know.
You would have seen like.
You guys want something to happen to him? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I know. I think I know what's going to happen to him. I'm excited.
In a dread way.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck getting Buzzer to hold the chainsaw long enough and stand up.
Oh,
needs to be done.
I've been making miniature chainsaws all night, man, tinkering like a damn.
Say what's up to possibly Marv. Just come in a second ago. What's going on, man? Good. Thank you for coming by. Though use heat shrink on the upper ball. I dremeled out the shit of the heads for them to fit down on those balls because they are too big. So I just dremeled the inside of the head, and that's kind of why they look funny because they set down so far. But to get enough to get around that ball,
that's the problem with all the heads, right? All head, the problem always comes down to the balls, right?
Yeah. Dremel's your best friend.
That's
bro.
right. That's so right. If it's good enough, yeah. Yeah, I got to get some more attachments and stuff for my Dremel. Yeah, I agree.
This mini one, man. It's almost like a size of a fat marker.
Yeah, I've seen those, and do they work well?
Oh, it works great, man. Because it gets up to a high enough speed that I need, but also like, damn, I wish it was plugged in right now. But it's not as loud as the other one. I do have a big one too that I've been using. You know how the big one is? The big one, it consumes your whole hand, and it's weird. And this one you can get like this, like a pen.
Yeah, that's nice.
Man, I love it.
And that's a corded one. Do they have a rechargeable version?
I think they do. I think they do have a rechargeable. I'm not sure. I'm big on corded stuff just because I know how long I can sit there and Dremel, but
well, you don't want to be in the middle of doing something and then it stops spinning as fast and won't cut through it, or it won't file it down, or whatever you're trying to do because the battery's getting weak on it. So.
One thing I did pick up though, since we're talking Dremels real quick, and I know everybody uses them for fabricating, is I did pick up these easy quick discs, and there's a special bit. And they're so easy to change, man. And they also grab the disc a lot better if you're doing a lot of cut wheel disc work and stuff. I hate those. I ain't gonna lie, they're a little bit pricey, but man, are they worth it? And they last a long time. Picked up some some wheel cutting stuff.
Okay.
Hacking.
The other ones were Ryobi, weren't they? The first ones you shared with?
Yeah, these are just Ryobi brands right here, man.
Okay.
Only because this was the only brand that had like particular wheels that I wanted for cutting and stuff like that. I got some other specialty bits that I've used in the past, stuff like that just works good for, that's like a
I've got a couple of those.
You can tear apart anything with that little wheel.
Oh
yeah.
That's what I need. I need a good cutting wheel. I have a lot of plastic to cut, and all my wheels are burned out.
Yeah, so if you're like me and you use the traditional Dremel with the little screw that holds that's bullshit compared to these. These last so much longer because, as you can see, there's like a metal plate that goes around the center more, and it has a locking device where you can take it on and off.
Yeah. But sorry, what company is that? That's not DeWalt. What is it?
That's just Ryobi. That's cheap Ryobi. But I mean, Dremel stuff. When you're buying accessories, I mean, it's where it's at.
Yeah.
And I say they're cheap, but like when I bought all these, I bought a bunch of them. I literally spent like $100 on Dremel accessories, and they're Ryobi brand. So it isn't cheap.
Well, that's what my Sawzall and stuff is all Ryobi. I like Ryobi stuff.
I'm a DeWalt guy on the job site.
Yeah, DeWalt or Milwaukee.
Yeah, my buddy that works for me, he uses Milwaukee. He's got the whole setup, man. And
that's all my brother ever would use is Milwaukee.
We rip on each other all day. I'll kick his charger. I'll kick it across the damn living room and shit. I'm like, get this crap out of here.
Bobby wants to know if that was a mini diamond blade for the Dremel.
That particular that Go one is a shit. Where'd it go? Yeah, my desk is a mess. This is actually a wood cutting wheel. Right here, they do make a miniature diamond blade, but I've already used these on plastic before, and they work great on some heavy plastics that I'm sure. Well, I know Bobby cuts plastic too. Yeah. These will kind of like get hot, Bobby, and kind of melt the plastic, where those metal wheels are kind of stay cool a little longer, and where you can get a nice clean cut real quick.
That's the problem I've run into on the stuff that I've used with it. Always starts melting it.
It's a fine balance to get a good cut on some plastic, and that's why sometimes I just go right to the damn razor blade, man. Nice sharp razor knife can snap and crack technique, and I use the ABS, that unbreakable. What's they say? It's not unbreakable, but
and you
this
can go back
ABS cheap.
Yeah, and
very nice to work with.
Some plastics on some toys I find too. It's the hair dryer too. You just you lay the hair dryer to that area you want to cut a little bit, and that'll even soften up the plastic too. Sometimes on some toys that you can cut right through it.
Oh yeah. If you never worked with ABS plastic, I know a lot of you guys work with styrene and stuff, but man, this is like a jump up. When I started working with this stuff, boy, I'll tell you what, it was a game changer for me. All my components are solid and just unbreakable, and man, and the cool part about this plastic is, you see, it's got texture on one side, smooth on the other.
Yeah.
So you can go two routes and get a nice texture finish. You can heat it, shape it, bend it. It'll form and stay to the shape after you heat it with a heat. Oh man, bro. So this is probably what I want to try to make my mothership out of when I attempt to fabricate the mothership this summer. It'll be out of this stuff. And I know you're like, oh man, how are you gonna make something so big out of this stuff? It's literally gonna be engineered with beams, brackets, braces, but like look really good, like the inside of a mothership should.
And it's
gonna be mammoth, dude.
And that thing is getting a lot of bends. It's a lot of it's a lot of curvature on it.
Yeah, the head is definitely where I've started if I can pull that off, then it's going to be all downhill from there. So if I can get the head fabricated, we're going to go ahead and take off with it this summer, and it's going to be
nice,
freaking mammoth.
Well, I'm gonna step up for just a minute because I think I just run into the pump problem and my mouse battery died. after I joked and said that's why I use a laptop.
Well, at least you got Aaron on the screen.
It's Toyenhancer time. He can't get me off the screen.
Mm-hmm. I can do whatever I want back here backstage.
Oh man. Hey baby. You know why I'm so good? Because I've been fresh since day one.
Oh man.
Fresh since day one, baby.
Oi.
That's hilarious.
Got some batteries?
Oh yeah, I actually have batteries. I just didn't have any in here. And since I just really kind of started using
batteries.
an optical mouse again, and been used to using a trackpad so long, I wasn't really sure how long the batteries were going to last on it.
No.
We're back.
Oh, is this the Mythic Legion we got gypped out of?
I was going to take over, man.
Go ahead, show it.
Damn.
Now that I figured out how to do it. So which one was it? Go ahead and show us. Which one was you going to show us? We didn't get to see it last night.
Yeah,
Thanks, Missy.
I copped out.
Oh, the Mythic Legions?
Yeah.
Bro.
You left us hanging.
It's the Thrace Wraith Hailer. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you did show it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got the name out, and we got to see about that much of it.
And you mentioned a cosplayer.
Dude, she is amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, she has like a corset and all kinds of shit. She looks amazing.
I think that's the one. Is that the one Punk did a video on? He did a video on one.
Did he?
I think. That may be the one that he's got. Yeah, because that's the new wave.
Did he?
That's that Poxus wave. I think
he
did.
Man, now I feel like
he did do a video. Why?
Well, this is a great figure. This is a great figure.
Remember,
I feel like an ass for missing it, and not seeing it. Like, damn.
Well, in his algorithm, there ain't no telling where that video got put in the algorithm because he don't really do Legion stuff.
Yeah.
So,
it's not like people are sick of Mythic Legions either, right? Like people aren't too tired of that yet.
Yeah. Well,
I think people are just jumping on the Mythic Legions big. I think
my channel gets that all the time, man. We were hammered with G.I. Joe for so long, and I got tons and tons of G.I. Joe fans. And you guys know I do everything. So, like, some of my videos don't get viewed that much because, not everyone's, wanting to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that I do, like, none of mine get just tons of views anyway, but I can tell which ones do better than others because, like, my Legions videos for me have done decent, but I mean, I'm mostly Joe, so they're always going to do better. But a couple of my Mythic Legions have done decent, but I mean, none of mine get. If I got a video that gets 100 views, that's a lot for me. So I'm not complaining. It's just most everything else that's not G.I. Joe doesn't approach that level. I've got a couple that have.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
same here. My Joe stuff gets the most views. Sorry, bro.
No, that's okay. I'm going to call the ball, though, boys, because I can see how that would be true with a lot of, like, we started this really about Joe for a lot of us, and stray in kind of means you're asking for a new group of guys to take a different perspective. But I'm going to call the ball right now and say that the reviews we do of Power of the Force are going to be the exception. That's got a lot of power behind that. And I think, if anything, I would look at everybody in the chat and say, I can't see one person there that isn't going to watch every one of the Power of the Force videos from this group, right? So,
yeah, I mean, even some of the people that are going to be doing those that like aren't in the normal sphere of who us here and in the chat watch. Like, we might know of those people, but we may not subscribe to them because they typically don't do content that we watch. Some of them are Legion, some of them are Motu. Not everybody is into everything, and it's going to be. I think it's a really great idea.
It is
not just to spread awareness to other channels, but just to have so many different types of people doing it. You got some people that are going to do it serious. You got some people that are going to make a joke out of the whole thing, like me. But still give a, hey, this is, mine's going to be like, hey, this is my style of review, but the subject matter is serious because the love for Star Wars is there. So it's going to expose people to a lot of different types of creators that might not be in their immediate radar. I think these Power of the Force videos are going to do gangbusters.
So yeah, and I agree.
Oh yeah,
Aaron, what do you think? I have some thoughts on it, and I'll close it out with that. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm excited because I know a lot of them are going to be funny. I've already developed a skit for mine, and I put in the first run of editing and stuff. And man, I'm going to make an epic video for that for Punk whatever day he put me on. I forget. He sent me the thing. It's the 4th or the 7th or something. But
yeah, he sent mine today too.
I'll get it launched and ready for him, and I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
you guys see all my Power of the Force crap back there behind me.
but Wraith, it's your fault. You bought a Rancor, man. What are you thinking? Never mind what Aaron bought.
Well, I mean, hell, Aaron's bought an AT-AT and like 74 stormtroopers, and
it was just the hard time.
Guys,
thought over it. I was like,
I was not going to go without a freaking Rancor, man. I mean, I couldn't do it. Could not. It's like, just couldn't do it.
When I was collecting that stuff, I did not have that one. Some of the bigger pieces I didn't have. I stuck mostly to the figures with those. But I had the Falcon, I had Slave One, I had some of the little all the speeder bikes, some of that stuff. But I didn't go in for the Rancor. I kind of wish I had of course, if I had of it, it would have got sold by now too, like all the rest of it did.
I didn't have the Rancor. I had that monster with the freaking star on his head. What the hell's the name of that? He had claws, and he was gray and brown. I forget. It's called Magna or something. There's a specific name for him. Looked a lot like a Rancor, but he was a monster and had this glowing spike coming out of his head. You remember that?
I think you might be talking about Spawn.
Sounds like an anglerfish.
I will look it up. I looked it up before, and it's expensive, dude. It's like $400 or $500 now to get a good one. But
does anybody in the chat know what the hell he's talking about?
Big, yeah. If I bet Bobby would know, or Woody 222. That big monster with the claws, and he was hard plastic. He had a glowing spike on his head, but gray and brown.
That's gonna bother me now because I can't think of
Oh, dude, I know the name of it because I've found it and looked it up before because it was one of my childhood toys. But Crow, I didn't mean to cut you off about the closeout on the Star Wars. What was your final?
Well, no, it's one of the things I was thinking about today because, all I do all day is think about that Star Wars Power of the Force and the time slot I got, which was right before Punk's show. I get the time slot.
What day you got?
The Monday.
Someone's got the Monday, yeah.
Got the Monday.
I'm not sure if that's the 5th, 6th, whatever. But I know the kind of video he's expecting, so I'm trying to do something in that vein that be a little unpredictable. But I was thinking about that algorithm. And what I was thinking about was this was actually brilliant of Allison and Punk to think of, because what is going to be the most circulated type of video throughout the first week of May? It's going to be Star Wars. Yeah, so what absolutely. Are these things going to attach themselves to as they circulate through the interwebs? All the Star Wars videos. So the odds of these being seen by new fans who are fans of Star Wars is actually pretty good. You know, I
Yeah.
thought that was really smart of them to do it that way.
Yeah, and we're all gonna be titling them the same way with the first part of the title too. Yeah, so when people search it, it's gonna pull up all of them.
Yeah, it's something like hashtag May Power of Force or something like that, right? I have it on the Insta. But.
Yep. So Jay Astro says, Aaron, that was one of the Inhumanoids. And then Bobby Wald says maybe you're talking about a Mugato from Star Trek. Sounds more like an Inhumanoid to me. I don't know what Mugato is. It does sound like an Inhumanoid, and that would have fallen around the same, scale, I think. So
I'm gonna figure out what it is,
and
I'll let you guys know because it was a cool toy, man, and it's expensive.
And then it definitely sounds like an Inhumanoid. Crow says timeout.
What? Old man moment here. No.
Not that timeout. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not that timeout. So, I've got some ideas for mine. I'm gonna try to do my videos this weekend, but I've got a ways before mine are like the 22nd, I think, and mine's on a Tuesday, so mine will be, if you do a live that week, mine will be right before your live, Aaron. So
nice. Hey, sometimes I go on late.
Yeah,
it's not always right at 9 o'clock.
So
you'll see me on Tuesday, whenever.
Yeah. No, I'll see you on Friday at like 11:30 or 12. On Tuesday we know to watch sometime between 8 and 10, and you're probably going to pop on there.
Oh yeah.
But I'd ask Punk about, and he hadn't gotten back to me yet. I didn't know if anybody on the Star Wars stuff was going to do a premiere video where it premieres, but there's a chat.
Yeah.
I didn't know if anybody was doing one that way or not, because I thought about doing mine that way and then have a live chat going on while the video is playing to see what people say. But I don't want to. I haven't heard anybody else mention that, so
I think you can do that. You can do that in a premiere, right? When you launch a premiere, and then people. And by the way, Jay Astro, you did get it, dude. It's the Metlar. Look up the Metlar, man. When you guys get a chance, and that's the monster I'm talking about, and you'll see how similar it is, like kind of similar, to a Rancor, but dude, the Metlar, look it up. That's the name of it, Crow. That is it. Jay Astro, you got it, dude. And anybody else that may have got it, I haven't really been watching the chat, but that's the name of it, Metlar, dude.
Learn something new today.
It's a nice little monster. It's a good size too, man, and it was stout, hard plastic, solid.
And so, what line or movie was that from? It wasn't Star Wars?
It?
Hang on, that's it, bro. The Metlar, yes, Jay Astro, thank you, man. Super dope.
Good call.
But yeah, doesn't he look menacing? He's got, and here's the thing, like his paint was real simple, but if you zoom in on that monster, like it has great detail, like scales and shit. And like, I wanted to get one. Are you on eBay right now, by chance?
No, I just did a search.
Look that sucker up. He cost freaking ton, dude. Shit ton to get him. I think it's like $400 last time I looked it up. I was like, oh shit. My stomach was hurting. I was like, I want it so bad, but I can't pay that much, but I probably will later.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, it's just one of the childhood toys that I had because I didn't have the freaking Rancor. So, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't. I definitely never had it.
And Crimson Cobra Commander.
Look at that. He is expensive.
I know he's been asking that over and over. Crimson. The mothership will be classified size, man. It's going to be like 8 foot big.
He's going to live in it.
8 foot wide at least.
Look at that right there. $800.
Jesus mercy.
What'd I say? Do I know my toys? Man,
Well,
No, you didn't know. You didn't know what it was,
bro.
Yeah, I suppose you do.
I've seen it.
Yeah, you had a call a friend helpline like on Who Wants to Be a
phone.
Millionaire?
Makes me feel bad for the one that I had. I probably sold it at a freaking garage sale one day for like $2.
I sold it for a quarter.
Oh, dude, just makes my stomach hurt, man.
That is that's what happened to Pop Blender's most of his stuff, like his Joes and stuff. When he got out of toys, he sold them all in one of our family yard sales for like sickening cheap.
Yeah,
I guess that would be one of my white whales, man. One of my white whales that got away.
I never had any of those.
Never
I remember seeing them. I remember seeing those in humanoids. I never had any of them.
Me either. I had to make a choice as a kid, right? Like Star Wars, we talk about the Rancor and all these other things, you know, and growing up in the era I did, like my grandparents would buy me stuff that my mom couldn't afford for Christmas and things like that. But it always came down to a choice. What does he want more? Does he want the G.I. Joe hovercraft or does he want this new Star Wars playset? It was pretty clear I was more into Joe. So the choice always went towards Joe than any other line. But I saw these toys like Inhumans and whatnot. Insectors, is that the one that you were as a puppet and they had the wings?
Yeah.
Yes, I have one of those. Let me go get it. It's right here, dude.
Yeah. They always fascinated me. They did, but it was never anything I would ask for Christmas because then I wouldn't get the Joe thing I wanted, right?
Yeah. Legend Series says, where the hell are you going to put an 8-foot ship, Aaron? That's English. I think it's going to take up his whole garage.
Yeah, me and Missy been cleaning out the garage. The back part, what you see behind me, like has a bunch of material because I work on houses all day long. And we're getting it into our storage facility that we rented and stuff. And we're going to make room so I can fabricate in the garage this summer. And it's going to be wild. It's going to be like suspended and shit from the air as we build it.
You know I'm coming down there to see it.
Oh, yeah, bro. I got your room ready, man.
I'm going to make you mail it to me. It's going to cost you everything.
It's going to cost more than shipping the Zartan layer to Bobby.
Yeah.
I want to... Yeah, that shit was expensive, man.
I bet. I was hoping you'd have done a video on that.
I hope, Bobby, I hope it got there safe, man. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any troubles, hit me up, bro. I know we haven't even, I think he just got it like a day or two ago, the last piece. But yeah, I had to ship it in pieces, man. I had to fabricate a little box. I used my Super 7 Thundercat or Thunder Tank box, and I like melted it or taped it to another box.
Oh, you had to do the joined boxes, huh?
Yeah.
So man, that's cool.
If you move the middle finger, the mouth would open up and shit, man.
Yeah, I remember.
Right, and then this is just freaking creepy. I would fly this damn thing, and it has wings, right? I don't have them, but you can get some pre-made ones. And the if you have the originals, they're very brittle and very hard to get a good set and very expensive. But they have some remakes that you can peg in there and stuff. So you'd fly this thing around, and I had sisters and shit, and I would like go down on their head and shit.
That's awesome. You know, Loki can probably make you those wings.
This is what the figures look like. I don't know the dudes' names. I've looked them up before, and I have known their names, but I won't be able to think of them right now. That's what the dudes look like. There's the leader right here, man. That was like
I remember the leader one, yeah.
I watched the Dan Larson did a video on those on Secret Galaxy. He's got a very good Sector video, like all of his videos are, but
still sealed with the weapons.
I learned more about Sectors, and he actually did one on Inhumanoids too. I learned more about those two lines from his video than I ever knew as a kid.
So
they were cool, man.
Yeah, I never got to do Sector.
My mom got them all, basically.
I had a couple of Motu growing up. That was about it. And Star Wars and Joe.
Guy has like a rope that comes out or something.
Hey, Aaron, can I share an idea about your mothership with you?
Sure, bro.
It's just a joke suggestion, but what I know every good idea has always started off as, whoops, I didn't mean it. You got Missy running around with a pressure washer. You got a lot of heavy equipment going on, and you got a big old mothership, right?
Right.
What's and I know you're gonna have some stuff inside that mothership for play and interaction. I know you, but
Oh yeah.
have you ever considered maybe turning that thing into a riding lawnmower or a pressure wash tank?
I have, man. I put a lot of deep thought into it, and what I could do with it, but I really just want it to be like a toy in the long run, and I think the only way to achieve like max play on the mothership is if that head opens up from the front, and then you can look into the bays of through the docks and things that are supposed to be in that mothership, and if that head opens up, you know, and it has play where you can like get easy access to that cockpit that we've seen Cobra Commander throw them through, you know, so many times, and all we need all that stuff to really enjoy the mothership, and it needs to be shaped just right. It needs to be addressed. You know, Super 7 was close, but that wasn't good enough. I didn't like that version.
Well, and it goes along with a theory I've had, because I know Lenny watches all of our shows and he's a big fan of ours, and he's always in the chat. Lenny, you're disguising yourself as someone else. We know this, but
maybe Lenny is roaming the dog.
Lenny, man, I sent him one message. I'm not even gonna say what it said, but it was real direct and real confident message I sent him one day, and I never got no damn response. So I doubt he's in any of the damn chats.
I imagine Lenny
so what do you
not to answer every email, right?
what do you got for Lenny, Crow? Go ahead and tell him now. Well, I just
believe that firmly we can solve the big G.I. Joe vehicle issue and give everybody what they want. Give them the mobile command headquarters and all the big vehicles. You just have to look at what else they can be justified as being, right? Like coolers, beer coolers. Beer coolers that are G.I. Joe vehicles will sell, and I'm telling you this.
I got a little black book about this thick that could make Hasbro freaking gazillionaires.
Well, I think Hasbro needs to know who their market are, and if I can afford to collect the whole line, I guarantee you I'm old enough to drink. And we have to tell our wives when we buy our things why we bought them and how they're going to serve something, right? And the bigger they are, the bigger the lie we have to tell. My Dragonfly looks amazing as a remote control helicopter and TV remote holder, dear. Things like that, right? So we need dual function with some of the bigger stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
And we need Sectars back, man.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
3-star.
Yo.
Let's get out of the way, because I got to draw the name tomorrow. Who were the final 3 finalists, just in case they want to bounce over to another chat or anything?
Well, that is funny that you say that, because I just got through making that banner right there.
I narrowed it down to the 5.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, that 350 contest.
DS77 now.
Yeah.
So yep, it was. I don't know. I don't know how Crow ever got it narrowed down, and I don't know how many. Do you know how many entries that you had for it, Crow?
Oh, you're gonna love this. I didn't have to do a damn thing. I got both of you to do it. All I had to do was pull the 11 entries. There was only 11 entries.
That's what I looked for. 11 entries.
Okay? And it was great to see the channel had a lot of the video had a lot of comments, but it was a lot of people just being positive and not entering. So 11 entries, and Aaron the Toyenhancer, he got those finally through one of the multiple mediums I sent it to him, and he narrowed that down to 5. And Aaron, was that easy?
I took my time too. I read over this shit, and then I did thought process, and then I read it again. I did thought process, and then I grabbed a bite to eat and smoked me one and picked it.
That's how they give Oscars away.
Yeah.
I put some damn thought into it because Crow told me to, and I was like, I'm gonna do this right.
And then that to the 3-star. And how'd you do?
Yeah, I did not at all. I'm like, how can you pick? Because they're all good ideas. Everything. I can't imagine what all 11 of them looked like. I did not see all of them. I just saw the ones that were sent to me to narrow to 3. And Crow, do you want me to? I have it. I've got it here pulled up on my phone too.
Pull the Band-Aid off, and then I'll do the talk tomorrow.
Do you want me? You want me to read obviously the person, but do you want me to read what their entry is, or do you just want me to say who they are?
Yeah, sure. Just what if you've got it all in front of you? They're not long. I limited these guys to 3, so you might as well just read it all out, and then we can move on from there.
Okay. The first of the 3 that are in the final drawing is Hush's Hangout. He has an idea for a character named Umbra Aspectus, affiliated with the Iron Grenadiers, dresses in the colors of night and shadows, grays, blues, blacks, and purples. But he also has got to have a ZZ top, beard, and sunglasses. Yeah. And he is a tracker. So he would be, I'm guessing, an Iron Grenadier tracker that tracks people down, targets down for Destro and Metalhead.
Maybe some flacking going on, huh? Some little flacking work.
Okay. So that one was good, and all of these were really good.
Hey, bro, for the hair, if you do that one and that one does win for the beard, you have to use your own hair, bro. Rooted crow hair.
I'm gonna have to run this through Canadian health standards because
yeah, they might not let it out of the country.
Yeah, that might be a little too
far. Crimson Cobra Commander asked real quick. He had asked if we thought a Terradrone would work for a HasLab. I don't think it would work well enough for enough people to support it, because you look at what the mothership did with Super 7. Now, of course, you're talking apples and oranges, but a Terradrome would be
a poker table. It'd be a poker table.
That's a good way to put it. It would be a 6 or 8 foot radius. To be classified scale, I believe at 6 anyway, and cost on something like that. Only the Woody might be able to buy 2 or 3 of them.
And don't get us wrong. I mean, some cocky son of a bitch is going to make one out there. One day.
For the cost it would make Hasbro to make a Terradrone and make it viable on the market. Yeah. You'd actually be better off just putting it out there online somewhere that you're looking for a talented individual to build you one.
Yeah, I think that don't mean I wouldn't love to see one, because I would, because I had the Terradrome when I was a kid. I'd love to see one, but it just wouldn't be viable for them to do anything that base level size. Dreadnought says in panels. Maybe, but I mean, how long
it would take a custom project for sure.
Yeah.
I
think
we'll get back to the draw in a second, but it is a good topic because it's a good point. Because Punk said something, I think, about this the other night, and it was like more of the effect of a lot of collectors will say they'll buy something and they'll demand it, and then when the time comes to actually buy it, no, right?
Yeah.
So if you imagine somehow something as big as the Terradrome got made, and then half the backers backed out, what that would do to a company for the next 3 lines and Christmas layoff time again, right? So
it would be bad. But I would like to see it, but I mean I don't think I couldn't afford it unless they did a financing.
I'd have to be married to a doctor or something.
Yeah, or build fucking submarines or something.
Or win the lotto.
So I'd like to see it, but it's never gonna happen.
That's a good question, though. Yeah, it is a good question.
So we're gonna get to the
3.
Yeah, I told you about 3. So our next entry for Crow's 350 contest, and this is one I went back to a couple of times. I think it would be such a neat idea. It's not necessarily Joe specific, but this piques my interest. Grievance 75.
Oh, Grievance again. Grievance is the one
Grievance.
Nice. Grievance with the comeback.
So Grievance suggested a Crimson Punisher.
yeah.
Frank Castle turned a bad guy. Imagine the red skull on a black uniform with Cobra emblems. It would look sick. And I agree. I think it would look sick. I'm a huge Punisher fan, old school Frank Castle. I have the original miniseries downstairs,
Yes.
the 4-issue miniseries. When I sold pretty much all of my comic collection, that was the stuff that I kept was Joe and Punisher and a few select other ones, but I did not get rid of one Punisher comic. I love the old school real Frank Castle Punisher. I think this would be a great idea. I'm not going to speculate what would send him that far over the edge to actually join up with Cobra, where this is an alternate reality. So I think it would be a badass figure. And could you imagine all of the Mars type weaponry that you could give to him?
Just imagine having that figure sitting in a his tank, man. It would look awesome.
Yeah. Coming out the back of a hiss, with a minigun or something.
Geared up and shit. Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Lore.
Time to punish, baby.
Joe Lore has the easiest reasons for why to do that. It's just simply brainwashed.
Brainwashed, or you could just say it's Zartan.
Yeah, damn it, it's Zartan.
So the third entry.
Oh, before you do the last one, I just wanted to quickly say to Grievance and to you. So the Punisher is a soft spot with me as well. I drive a black Chrysler 300S that I named Frank because it's black and I wanted the Punisher logo on the hood. But your family kind of talks you out of some stuff. But I also named it after Frank Miller, right? 300. So there. Okay, now we can.
Oh, hey, and the Punisher logo on the hood. I had one on a white Dodge, man, for the longest time.
I saw that picture.
It was dope as shit, and I had a little sticker. This is when I was doing hardcore apartments and shit. It said the man on top of the damn windshield, man.
Well,
and then when I pulled up, because I ran a bunch of crews, they were like, "Oh shit, here's the man."
Yeah. I was warned not to do it, but not just my family. I have two friends of mine that are ex-military, but they're both cops out here, and they were saying I bought the number 1 drug dealer car of the year. So.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's 100%. So we're ready for the third and final entry.
Do that, and then we can move on to the next thing tonight.
All right. The last entry, as I said, there was difficult to narrow them down, but the third one that I come up with was Maximilian Studios, and his idea was
I know this one.
A close combat specialist, codename Kilgrave, is affiliated with Night Force, a surfer from the Samoan Islands. Not only a master with bladed weapons, but also highly trained in, and I did not get the rest of highly trained in, but that's enough for me. And I'm guessing this guy would be probably somebody that went in first with Night Force if Shooter could not get a solution. Mm-hmm. So he would go in as kind of a recon type guy. He's got the experience with bladed weapons in case he's got to take out sentries quietly. Is what I kind of see. I think that's a great idea.
I remember the rest of the statement that wasn't there, that wasn't included. I set the wrong picture. I took another picture with the rest of the statement. It was that he was trained by Chuckles himself. It was also espionage, I believe.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes him even cooler. Although he's going to be a big ass Samoan guy, and Chuckles was a big dude in the comic, in the original comic, in the cartoon. So hopefully Chuckles trained a really big guy how to move silently through the woods.
Yeah, man.
I think it's called the Haka. the dance they
Yeah,
do.
the dance.
I would love to get a Simone doing that face.
Yeah.
Or face.
Jason Momoa, they did it when they walked the red carpet a few years ago, I think, for Aquaman. Him and some of his buddies did that, I think.
Nice.
So I think everything I saw was awesome entries, but with what I was given to narrow it down, those were the three that stood out the most to me with what I had. I would like to see all of the ones that I was given, I was tasked with picking from. I'd like to see all of them, but those were the three that I thought would be the most, stand outish, most, something that you're probably never going to really get type of thing.
Right.
Well, I mean, it was just nice to see the all 11 entries were really great. Thank you very much, Aaron and Down South, both of you, for the time you took on that. And I don't want to give it too much more time because that's an individual channel thing. And that's from my channel. And this is a collective thing. So I asked for a favor. These guys delivered in spades. And tomorrow when I get back from my Thrift Thursday, I will take those last three entry, assign you a number 1 through 6. And we're just going to roll it and see who wins. And that'll be that. But thank you so much.
Yeah, good contest, Crow.
Man. Awesome. Yeah, that was actually the next thing I was going to say. We'll go ahead and tell everybody how you're going to decide it. So you're going to do that that's going to be a video.
It'll be a video,
not live. Okay.
Yeah, right. It is a 350 contest. It's special to me, but I got to keep it in perspective, guys. We're going to have a lot more contests down the road. All three of our channels are going to do stuff like this, and we're all going to back each other up in ways like this. But I just don't want it to monopolize what rare times we get together. Like we did that. That's awesome. Now the guys know there's 3. We'll deal with it tomorrow. What else do we got for tonight? Thank you.
No, I was just going to go over the customizing, creating, collecting, connecting thing. Did you want to do your topic, Toyenhancer? We're running. I mean, we're at 2 minutes.
No. Let's save that topic for another night. Okay. I know we mentioned it. Yeah, we're already running 2:16, man.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while to go over.
We can say that for another night because all 3 of us, I'm sure, have some great stories. And
well, I'm unless you guys got anything you want to bring up, I'm gonna say let's get out of here, and I'm gonna go finish getting everything ready for work tomorrow and turn on whatever's left of Toy Kind of Mood and watch Punk and Travis Moody and whoever else is on there, and give those guys a like and see what they're talking about. I think they were casting Dreamcast for the Joe movie. I think.
Yeah. Okay. I've never been in that. It's a Toy Kind of Mood. Is that
a Toy Kind of Mood?
I've never even been over there.
He comes in. Him and Punk are pretty good friends.
I've heard him mention them and talk about them, but I for some reason
he's the one Punk. He's the one Punk calls Mood Direct. Always joking. And I think that's one of his roommates at Joe Fest, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So right now they're talking about Cobra Commander, and it looks like they're saying Timothy Oliphant or the guy that played Poe Dameron in there.
What?
Timmy Oliphant's good in anything. I could watch that dude sit on stage and recite the ABC.
He's so hot. I mean, good actor. What?
I gotta say something about Joe Fest since we brought it up with Punk rooming with people and stuff. And I know Punk is straight edge, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be around a lot of people that aren't.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
If you're watching, man, don't eat the brownies, don't eat the gummy bears, don't eat any of that shit.
He'll do a bunch of lives from Joe Fest and then come back and do a bunch of
because cameras are gonna be out, bro. Just bring food from home, man.
Yeah, I've thought about that. I've thought about that myself. So that's gonna be interesting. I think
I'll have to be his bodyguard and protect him so no one messes with him.
After you have some of the brownies.
Don't be trying to get Punk some brownies.
Take care of
I think he's supposed to room. He said with Travis and Tony
Okay.
Figs. I think,
Right.
unless I mean I don't know their plans. It's just what I've heard him mention. So
I know the crowd that's going to be down there.
yeah. I hope there's
We're not
a
straight
bar.
edge.
Yeah, I just hope there's a bar close by in that hotel.
Oh yeah,
I'm
there
sure
should be a
there
bar
is.
like built into that place. Man.
Yeah, so
That's how
it's
it
gonna
normally
be
is.
it's gonna be interesting. So
Be a good time.
Crow, what all you got going on? What you got coming up? I know you mentioned your pickups and you're going to finish off and get us a winner on the contest tomorrow. Anything else going on?
Yeah, no, just gonna work on the sidecar for that ram that I made for the bomb strike ram. I got to do a sidecar. I'm trying to find a drone for that, and just figure conversions, get the contest rolled up, and at some point I'm thinking I got to cut my hair because I'm trying to help my kids cadet corps more. So I got to start looking a little bit more.
Well, you got to cut some of it to put in that rock and roll beard.
That's
Walking
right.
material.
Yeah.
You need
Flock
walking
hair
material.
for the beard for the winter. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the one.
I
So,
definitely want, and I want a very. If you do make that one, you might as well make two because I want one of them too.
Yeah. So that's all I got on the go. What do you got on the go this week?
what's going on with you? What you got going on, Toyenhancer?
No, this week working
Yeah.
like a slave. Working like a slave. That's
Sex
about
slave.
it. I got a bunch of
Yeah.
reviews. I got like 20. I swear I have 20 toys that I have to review. I don't even know how I'm going to do it. Plus, all the damn power of the force.
And then
You don't
I
have
have
to
to crack like 5 videos a day.
Yeah, you don't have to get in a big hurry about those, though. I mean, the main one you got to get out is with the one that you're picked to do for the thing. But I mean, the
Just
other
it.
ones you can, as long as they come out.
We didn't agree on a particular one because I was gonna do AT-AT, and then I heard like Wilhelm or whatever, Wilhelm Toys, I think it's called.
Mhm.
Anyway, Will Toys or what, he's gonna do that, and then I was gonna do Rancor, and like I think Wraith. Is it Wraith? No.
Yeah, Wraith.
Someone's
Wraith
doing the
bought
Rancor.
it. Wraith. It's
I forget
Wraith.
who he
and
said.
Wraith. And
Anyways,
he bought it
I was like,
that
well, shit,
night.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'll lose you.
No.
I lost the stream for a minute.
Oh.
Anyways,
froze.
you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can't hear you anymore.
Oh dear.
You there?
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
there we can hear you. You're frozen on the screen, but we can hear you.
What's your AA battery situation?
I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah. Oh my God, guys. Yeah, we gotta end this right now. They're talking about Gal Gadot as Baroness on that one.
Oh, nice. Well, all right, guys. I've got going on is I've also got some reviews coming out. I'm gonna be getting hopefully my HMS text missile and try to get one done on that. I've got a couple other things I need to open and review, but that's pretty much it. So just look for that. And like I said, I'm going to me and Pop Blender are gonna move our next stream to I guess that would be the 8th, the 15th, it looks like. So if we can get one in sooner than that, we will, but I'll announce it. So anyway, we'll tell everybody have a good night. Chad, I hope everybody has a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Anybody that might be watching later, thank you for the replay. Make sure you hit that like. What is that?
Oh, come on. You don't remember Sunshine Bear.
Oh, okay.
But where'd
Okay.
Aaron go? We
lost him.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
He ditched it early. He was excited.
Yeah,
He
we
must-
lost him.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, we will see you guys later. Check out all the affiliate channels there in the Toyenhancer, Crusty Old Crow, Crimson Cobra Commander, Woody Triple Deuce, Same Time Toys. All of the guys that you see in here all the time. Go and support your fellow content creators. And we will see you guys next time with the Backyard Battlefield. Thank everybody for coming by.
See you at Toy Kind of Mood.